Israel's latest attack on Rafah that killed 45 has prompted a massive international outcry from global leaders who have urged the implementation of a world court order to halt Israel's latest assault. The recent Rafah bombing, which Benjamin Netanyahu calls a grave mistake, has prompted European leaders and nations to reiterate their call for Palestinian statehood. The bombing has been widely condemned by the foreign ministers of 3 European nations, Spain, Ireland and Norway, underscoring the urgency for a permanent ceasefire and a two-state solution.
The government of Spain will approve the official recognition of Palestine as a state.
Spain, Ireland and Norway have recognized the Palestinian state in a decision slammed by Israel as a reward for Hamas more than 7 months into the devastating Gaza war. The 3 European countries believe that their initiative has a strong symbolic impact which will likely encourage others to follow suit. They also point to Norway and Spain's historic role in advancing Israel and Palestinian peace efforts in 1991 when the two sides had sat down together for the first time at the Madrid Peace Conference that actually paved the way for the 1993 Oslo Accords. The recognition, therefore, is a significant accomplishment for the Palestinians, who believe that it confers international legitimacy on their struggle. While 143 of the 193 United Nations member states already recognize Palestine, this is indeed a significant moment and now leaves New Zealand in an even smaller group of countries that are yet to follow suit. The latest move by the 3 nations is important because it makes a clear statement that members of the international community can no longer wait for the Middle East peace process to conclude before recognizing Palestinian statehood. The member countries of the United Nations with already recognized the state of Palestine include many Middle Eastern, African and Asian nations, but not the United States or Canada, and most of Western Europe, including Australia, Japan and South Korea. There are also differences within the European Union over the 3 nations formally recognizing Palestine as a state. Although Slovenia has already started the process of recognizing a Palestinian state, the issue has provoked sharp disagreement within the 27-nation European Union. Well, the recent bloodshed in Gaza has revived calls for Palestinians to be given their own state, with a growing number of European nations expressing the same desire to do so. Within the European Union, states like France believe that it isn't the right time to do so, while Germany envisages recognition following negotiations between the two sides. But the latest move by Spain, Ireland and Norway will mean that 145 of the United Nations 193 member states now recognize Palestinian statehood. In 2014, Sweden did become the first EU member to recognize a Palestinian state, following 6 other European countries that took the step just before joining the bloc, which includes Bulgaria, Cyprus, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland and Romania. Let's also tell you, why does it matter that Spain, Ireland and Norway will recognize Palestinian state? Well, the simultaneous decisions by these 3 European Union countries just might generate momentum for the recognition of a Palestinian state by other EU countries and could perhaps encourage further steps at the United Nations, deepening Israel's isolation. The United States, Britain and other Western countries have backed the idea of an independent Palestinian state existing alongside Israel as a solution to the Middle East's most complex conflict, but they do insist that Palestinian statehood should come as part of a negotiated settlement. Now, there hasn't really been any substantive negotiations since 2009. Though the European Union countries and Norway won't really be recognizing an existing state, just the possibility of one and the symbolism helps enhance the Palestinians' international standing, heaping more pressure on Israel to open negotiations on ending the war. So what really are the implications of recognition? While dozens of countries have recognized a Palestinian state, none of the major Western powers has done so, and it's still unclear just how much of a difference the move by these three countries would make. However, their recognition would mark a significant accomplishment for the Palestinians. Realistically, little would likely change on the ground in the short term at least. Peace talks have stalled and Israel's hardline government has dug its heels in against the Palestinian statehood. However, there is hope that in the future, there could be a possibility of a normalized relations in order to implement a two-state solution.